Hi, everybody. Welcome to Magic Universe. So, we're going to talk about seeing your unlimited self. But first, I want to thank you guys for getting private readings and healings from me. I really appreciate that so much. Anybody who's interested in having a personal conversation with your spirit where you can ask any question and I will relay what your spirit says to you about it, okay? And yeah, if you're interested in that, you can go to my website at magicuniverse.co. Okay, that's .co. All right, so let's begin. Okay, this is so interesting. Okay, let's start with the colors. So the message is vibrating at this light blue with a side of purple, like just right on the left edge over there. I was just seeing a little bit of purple that looks like this purple color right here, and that part of the message actually shows up in this card right here. I'll envision the behavior I desire to inspire. And the back of this card says, if we were a parent or anyone wanting to inspire positive behavior from another, we would do our personal vibrational work first. We would align with our source energy by envisioning the outcome we seek and by holding those involved as positive objects of our attention. We would not allow any current unwanted behavior to be the reason for our attention to them. So, as a whole, the message seems to be talking about you're starting a new cycle, okay? You're starting a new cycle where you're this powerful force of you is kind of coming in, like you're coming into some kind of power of yourself, right? And it involves being connected with your source. It involves being your third eye opening. It involves you being able to envision the things that you're wanting to create in your life, which it talks about in this card. I'll envision the behavior I desire to inspire, right? So this talks about envisioning the behavior of other people, but then it also talks about envisioning yourself the way you want to be, the behavior, not really the behavior from yourself, yes, that, but also just who are you, the creation of yourself. You're envisioning who you're wanting to be, okay? And the little bit of purple that I'm seeing off on the side is this last sentence right here. Like, we would not allow any current unwanted behavior to be the reason for our attention to them. So maybe like there's some current part of you that is still, the way it's been, something that you're wanting to change about yourself. Like it's still, that is still present in your energy, but you're not going to allow that to become the reason, like right, we're here where it says the reason for our attention to them. So you're not going to pay attention to the parts of you that you're not wanting to be there anymore. So say for example, you look in the mirror and maybe you have like a little pimple on your face, right? So that's something that maybe you don't want on your face anymore, right? And so you're coming into this phase of like regeneration of your skin, of like maybe you're changing up your diet, maybe you're changing up your habits and routines, like your facial cleansing routine or whatever it may be, right? You're coming into this new phase of this new you. And I feel like it's so perfect. The time that I'm recording this right now, it's in the middle of December, and we have the new year coming up, right? So as this, a lot of people like to use this new year turnaround time to be like a time for new goals, for you to reset, like look at the energy that as it's been, what kind of stuff do you want to change, what kind of stuff do you want to create in the next year, right? And so it's kind of like the stuff that you're wanting to change, that little pimple that's still there in your face right now. You're not going to let that be the reason for you to always focus on that and pay attention to that. What you're going to focus on is what you're imagining in your mind, the person that you're wanting to be, the skin that you want to have, right? and the life that you're wanting to live. What do you want? What are your goals for the next year? What are the goals for who you're wanting to become? right? And that version of you might not wholly exist and be manifested, might not be manifested yet in the physical realm right now. Like when you look in the mirror, you're not yet seeing that version of you that you're wanting to be, right? But it's in your mind, you're envisioning it, and it's there. It exists in its vibrational form, okay? You already exist in the vibrational form that you're wanting to become, okay? And you're not going to let the any of the physical things that are still in your physical reality right now that you're wanting to change, you're not going to let that hinder you. You're not going to let that this bit of purple, right, be your main focus, because when I was looking at the energy, for the most part, you're this blue color, okay? And there's just like a side of purple that you're wanting to change. So whatever is still lingering, whatever is still in your physical reality that you're wanting to change, that little bit is not going to be your main focus. That little pimple does not make up your whole face, right? It's just one little part that's there, and you're going to ignore it, and you're going to focus on the clear skin that you're wanting to have, okay? This is the metaphor that we're using right now. All right. And, okay. So that's that. And I want to see when I was picking these cards, these 8 cards came out, and I was like, okay, we're done. And then I was looking at my decks, and I was like, oh no, there's one more. And then so this is the card that came out, and it's so interesting. Many masks, the authentic self. Just as a side note, the one other time this card came out, I was just asking universe recently. I was like, what's going on with the situation on Earth? Like, how long is this thing gonna last? Like, what do you say? How do you view this whole thing? And so I pulled out some cards, did a little spread just to get some information to see how spirit views what's happening on Earth right now, right? I mean, just for fun, right? Just for fun. I was just doing a reading for myself, just out of curiosity. And this was one of the cards that came out, and I was like, many masks. So I was like, gee, thanks. But it was just like, it's so accurate, and it's so... I feel like universe has a sense of humor about this whole thing. Well, anyway, so, but in terms of for this particular message right now, the authentic self, I feel like what we're looking at is like changing your perspective about what is your authentic self. Is your authentic self your human self? Is your authentic self your spirit self, or that vibrational version of you that we were just talking about, that you're creating of you, that exists in vibrational form, and your human self has not yet caught up to that vibrational form of who you're creating yourself to be? Which one is your authentic self? And spirit is letting you know that the true you, the real you, is that non-physical vibrational energy form. The real true you, the present time you, is not the human form. The human form is always going to be a little bit slow in catching up, because the material physical world is like kind of the result of all of this energy creation, right? So the energy creation comes first. Like whenever you're inspired to something, the energy form of that thing, your inspiration, already exists in energy form. And then as you focus and allow yourself to have this form of whatever it may be, now we're talking about you, right? This energy form of you. Then your human self then gradually manifests your human form into that, the way you're envisioning yourself to be, okay? And so the physical stuff comes later. The manifestation comes later. And the timing of it depends on, well, how much are you allowing yourself to be the true you, right? So spirit is saying, by recognizing that the real authentic you is that energy form of you, the one that's not yet, that hasn't yet become the physical form, that your physical form hasn't caught up to yet, by maintaining that the spirit you is the authentic you, then it's easier for you to let go of those little pimples and, you know, those other things that the human you hasn't caught up to yet. Then you're allowing yourself to see yourself as, okay, I am the furthest most potential of me. And in saying potential, we're saying it's not manifested yet, but we're not saying that it isn't true yet. It's already true, okay? But it's just in energy form, and that is the real you. And by recognizing that that is the real you, then the stuff that's happening in the physical realm, in your physical reality around you, that's not yet the way you want it to be, it kind of becomes less important. Like when you're seeing that pimple on your face, right? That quote, you know, metaphorical pimple on your face, it doesn't bother you as much because you recognize that, okay, you know, that's going to change over. My skin is going to regenerate and it's going to be fine because I already know what I'm wanting. Once I know what I'm wanting, then what I'm wanting already becomes my reality. It becomes my authentic self. You know, the authentic me already has this clear skin. And then, you know, whatever I'm seeing in the mirror, in the physical, that's just the stuff that's lagging behind that's going to change over. And then that whole perspective shift then allows you to be the furthest, most greatest you, okay? By recognizing that the authentic you is not necessarily the physical you that you see in the mirror, okay? And that's where all your power is going to come in, because then when you recognize that you're not just looking at reality and looking at creation as just what you see and feel and touch in the physical realm, and you expand yourself, expand your vision of yourself into the God you, the version of you that is the spirit, that is the creator, then, oh my gosh, there are unlimited possibilities, right? Unlimited potential. And I feel like that's what this message is about, is like opening yourself up to see the unlimited parts of who you are. And it shows up here on a spread on the Ten of Pentacles, where, okay, let's start in the beginning. So we start off with the Fool, which is so amazing because, you know, we were talking about the beginning of a cycle, the beginning of this changeover, this turnover, this new perception of yourself, right? And then what's funny is that right underneath it on the second row, you have the Fool again, but from a different deck. The New Beginnings card is also the Fool card, right? And so this is you stepping out into your reality and seeing your reality in a whole different way. And when you recognize your power and you're in a new power cycle, right, where you're beginning to see things from yet another phase higher, yet another frequency higher, and you're being able to view yourself as, okay, I'm recognizing my power now. And so when you're recognizing your power now, you're kind of like reborn into this newer version of yourself, where you're able to I'm just sensing this feeling of, oh, I didn't know that I was able to do this before, and now that I know I'm able to do this, you know, this other aspect of myself that I didn't know about, and recognizing, oh, there's this whole other power that I have that I didn't know that I have. And it's like you stepping into that and going, oh my gosh, now the world, physical reality and life itself, like everything has this new potential, new possibility to it. And I'm just getting that feeling of like maybe previously you hadn't opened your eyes, like open your third eye, right? Open your eyes, open your mind, or open your heart to this powerful version of you. And now you're stepping into that and going, oh my gosh, I'm actually way more than I thought I was. Life actually has a lot more possibilities than I thought. And stepping into that, that's what I'm seeing. Because right next to that, you have the Ten of Pentacles, which is the complete full manifestation of everything you've ever asked for, right? And I'm actually seeing you as the little piggy corn, piggy unicorn right here. And the bigger purple monster as the spirit you, okay? So you have the human you, and you have the spirit you. So your human perspective is that little piggy corn looking up at your spirit going, okay, I see you now. I see my unlimited potential, where the version of me that has everything that I've ever asked for. And then it's a continual process, because as I continue to exist, I can continue to ask for more, right? And looking up at yourself, your capital letter self, in awe and going, oh my gosh, I'm amazing, I'm great, and recognizing this authentic you, this purple monster authentic you, right? And oh, I'm just seeing this right underneath. You have the third eye chakra in the purple also. And I feel like it's like you're opening your third eye, you're opening your psychic senses to be able to perceive this amazing version, the vibrational version of yourself, and seeing like, oh my god, I am fantastic. I am amazing. I am so much more than I thought that I was. And in recognizing that, in acknowledging the greatness of you, the vibrational you, and seeing the two versions of like, okay, here I am living my human life, and I'm seeing from my human perspective, but now I'm seeing the spirit perspective, right? And I'm connected to this, to my own spirit perspective, and then also being able to see from that spirit perspective of the big picture of everything that's happening. Does this make sense? So it's kind of like you're shifting from your human 3D perspective of looking only purely at earth, at physical material things, and shifting to look from your spirit perspective at everything, and then seeing the greatness and how much bigger everything actually is, right? And recognizing that everything that you've ever wanted, you can have. Okay. And I'm seeing the spirit version of you sprinkling kind of this little magic fairy dust on the human version of you, and allowing you to see through your third eye, because you can see the horn right here. It's got these little kind of sparkly things. And it's like, oh, opening your eyes, opening your mind to be able to see energy, being able to see potential in things, being able to see beyond what the physical realm is allowing you to see with just your physical eyes, right? You're opening your third eye and being able to see beyond the physical realm, which is totally awesome. We're going to skip over the next card and go over to Embrace Your Emotions, where you have another unicorn with the third eye, with the horn. If you've watched my other videos before, I've explained before where the unicorn has the horn because that's just energy shining through from the third eye. And you're actually really, that horn is actually an energy projection of the third eye. Okay. And then like I've read before that the wings of the unicorn of the Pegasus, right? This is, I guess this is called an alicorn when you have the Pegasus with the unicorn with the horn. But the wings are actually the energy projection from the heart chakra. When your heart chakra is completely wide open, the energy that spreads out kind of in energy form, like it looks like wings. So it's being perceived as wings, okay, on the Pegasus. But anyway, so and I'm just seeing this right now. So we ooh, this is so good. Okay. So we have the horn that we talked about. That's the projection of the third eye energy, right? And we have the third eye chakra right here on the second row. And then I just said that the wings talk about projection of the heart chakra, which is the chakra, the love chakra. And you have the love card. I just noticed that. I was like, oh my goodness. So this is embracing these two energy centers of love and of visual perception, of being able to see into the non-physical realm, right? Being able to perceive more than just than what's on the physical realm. Embrace your emotions, allow your feelings to surface and be accepted. So I feel like this has to do with seeing your unlimited potential, being able to, when you, as a human being, as a human consciousness, look out into the physical world and you experience something that causes you to want something, right? You experience something that makes you say, oh, I want that. A couple of things can happen. One is that you see it, you want it, you like it, you have it. You know, Ariana Grande, right? How do the lyrics go? I want it, I got it. but but and then so that's like instant manifestation right there. You want something and you got that thing, right? For other people, a lot of times is that you want something, you love it, and then immediately you look at your physical situation and maybe you're not able to afford it, or maybe you see some limitations in terms of you getting that thing, right? Maybe there's feelings of unworthiness or something like that in there, where you want something but you can't immediately have it. and you're not immediately seeing your way to getting it, right? And so that closes off your energy flow. Now, this message is talking about, here, Ten of Pentacles, you can have everything that you want. You need to change your perspective so that you want it, you got it, right? And so opening up your third eye to be able to envision the version of you that already got it right away, you know, that version of you is like Ariana Grande, like you want it, you got it, you know, immediately. And then also opening up your heart chakra, opening up your sense of worthiness of having the thing, opening up your heart chakra in, because what happens is, like, when you want something and you don't feel you can have it, there's a part of you that closes your energy up where you kind of feel like, oh, I don't think I want that thing that much. Because, like, if you want it and you really, really want it and you don't think you can have it, it hurts, right? And that hurting part of it is you closing up your heart chakra and feeling like you can't have it, which is not true. But that's what from the human consciousness, where you're seeing lack, where you're not seeing your unlimited potential a lot of times, right? Then you close up your energy because you don't want to kind of like, you don't want to hurt yourself by saying, I want this thing that I can't have. But what's actually happening is that is you saying you can't have it. That's what's making it hurt. But if you left it open and say, I want it and I can get it, you know, leaving that open and say, I can get it, like maybe not right away, but it's coming to me. That leaves your love space open, leaves your heart chakra, all your energy system open, so that it's matching the human consciousness part of you. That perspective of you having the thing is matching your spirit's perspective of already having the thing. And when you do that and your energy centers are all open, and it doesn't close up at all, like when you're looking from your human perspective, you don't close it up at all and limit yourself, right? You stay unlimited. You leave all of your energy centers open, where you're able to visualize it, you're able to feel yourself having it without it being manifested yet. Then that thing is going to present in your reality very, very soon. Like, the timing of it depends on how easily you're able to leave everything open. Okay. And so I feel like this is what it's talking about. Embrace your emotions. Allow your feelings of love to remain open as you're focusing on this thing that you're wanting to have. This reality, I mean, look at this card. Laka, love, and her arms and the way she's facing is directly pointing at the Ten of Pentacles. Are you able to look at this Ten of Pentacles, this like ideal picture of everything that you're wanting? Are you able to look at it and have all of your energies remaining open, having your heart remaining open and loving this picture, this picture of you having everything, you being everything that you've ever wanted to be. Are you able to look at that in love and be in love with this picture? Or are you looking at that and feeling any sense of unworthiness, or feeling any sense of lack, or feeling any sense of, oh, I want that, but I can't be that. That's too much. You know, like when you feel that way and you close yourself off, then it's going to be difficult for you to manifest this Ten of Pentacles, right? So Spirit is saying, leave your energies open. Love this complete picture of you, because if you don't close yourself off, you're already on your way there. Okay? So you coming to recognize this authentic you coming to recognize this powerful version of you where you can have everything that you want. We're bouncing down to the second row. This is the powerful personal growth that you're going through. And so this is a process. It's not like, okay, I'm setting the goal for, 2022, January 1st. I'm going to start my new beginning, and I'm going to open all of my vortices, all of my chakras wide open, and boom, my material reality, my physical reality is going to completely change overnight. It's probably not going to happen that way. It's probably going to be a process, right? And I'm seeing that in this powerful personal growth where the shell starts in the middle, and it's a spiral, it's a cycle, and it grows bigger and bigger, and it expands and expands and expands. And I feel like this is the beginning of you recognizing your power, and the beginning of you starting this process of opening yourself up and allowing yourself to see that ultimate version of you, and journeying yourself on the way there. Okay. So this is it's gonna be a process that occurs over many days, months, and into the future. And repeating again what we said earlier, that this is like ever expanding, right? Where as you continue to grow and receive and expand, then from those standpoints, of having received and having become, you're going to want more, and you're going to ask for more. So it's like an infinite spiral, like an eternal expansion of you. So it's a never ending process. So it's not like you're saying, oh, I've become, and then you become, and then you're done. You're never going to be done. It's like ever going and ever expanding. Okay. So this is a pretty big message, but it's just your spirit wants you to know that this phase of your life is starting, where you're gonna recognize. Oh, they're saying another thing in the many masks, the authentic self, because you're an ever expanding eternal being. Your authentic self is going to continue to grow and expand, okay? That spirit version of you. Every time the human version of you sees something, asks for something, wants something, and your spirit version becomes that thing, it grows more and more and more and more. And so allow yourself to envision your spirit self as this ever-growing being. So they're really emphasizing there's not an ending to any of this. It's like you're going to continue to grow, and you're going to continue to ask for more, and you're going to continue to become more and become more and become more. And that's another reason why this is coming through as many masks, because there's going to be, so say at a certain point in your physical life, and you're living life, you're experiencing life, and you recognize something that you want, and you're like, oh, I want that. When you actually get there and you receive that thing, and you're like, oh, I've become my authentic, me with this thing now, in the physical realm as this human being. From that standpoint, you're going to want other things. And then the spirit version of you is going to become this other thing. So they're saying you don't have to like feel like, oh, this is the thing that I've been asking for this whole time. I got it. Now I want to be something else. Like, or they're saying to allow your path to morph, allow your path to change, because you as a human and you as a spirit are continually evolving. Allow the evolution to continue on like eternally. And so they're saying if you get to some place where you're receiving the thing that you've been asking for and now you're finding that you're asking for something different, that's also part of the path. Okay? Because some people like they kind of get stuck at the point like, well, this is what I've been asking for, now I'm this person, now I'm defined as this person, and I'm not, and this is who I always thought I was, and this is how I'm defining myself now, and period. Like there's like an ending there, there's like a limited perception of who you are. But spirit is saying actually you're continually growing. So if at that point you've become this person and you find yourself becoming somebody else, not somebody else different other than you, but your true self, your authentic self has grown into something more. Allow yourself also, and from the human perspective, to see that, oh, okay, even though I'm here where I have become who I thought that I've always, wanted to be, now I'm finding myself wanting to be over there. Allow that path to keep going, because you're going to continually want either more deeper things or different things, and that's okay, because your perspective will change once you get to each point on your path. Okay? So it's kind of like saying like your destination is always moving, and it doesn't always have to move to an entirely different direction. It could be in the same direction but deeper, okay? Or it could branch off and have like be multifaceted and have different, things that you weren't expecting. Like sometimes when you get to a certain point on your path and you realize, oh wait, this has caused me to realize that I want this extra detail or this extra something else that I want to experience in my life. So allow that to grow. Okay, allow that to become more. So allow yourself to have like the many versions of you. That's what I'm seeing in this, many masks, the authentic self. All right. Okay, gonna see if there's anything else coming through. In the embrace your emotions, I'm also seeing, this little girl hugging her unicorn Pegasus, and allowing her love to come through, embracing her love. I'm getting the message for you to love where you're at, enjoy every aspect of your journey, because it's eternal, because it's ever growing and ever changing. That enjoy the whole thing, enjoy every aspect of it. It's going to be so much fun. The thing is, as you're living your life, if you allow for everything that you ask for to be something that you feel that you can get, that you can have, then every part of your life can be so joyous. Like any, obstacle, problem that you might come across, any pimples, that you come across, that pimple's just gonna cause you to ask for more clear skin. And then when you like, oh yeah, I love this pimple because now this pimple lets me know I want clear skin, because now I know I can have that clear skin, and now it's that clear skin is coming for me. Then you love every part of the journey, right? You love every pimple that you come across, because the pimple causes you to have great skin, causes you to ask for that great skin, and 10 of Pentacles, everything that I ask for, I always get, right? Then every part of your life, whether it appears as a physical obstacle or not, every part of your life can be enjoyable. And I feel like the embrace your emotions right here talks about that. Allow yourself to be happy every step of the way, even in the face of your metaphorical pimples. Okay. All right. One more thing, the third eye. This comes through so strong. They're saying to imagine yourself the way you want to be. There's so much power in that. As far as you can see, the greatest version of yourself, imagine how you are as that version of you. Feel it, own it, feel it in like every aspect of you, in every cell of your body. Be that person, and then your physical reality is going to morph into that person. But if you're being that spirit version of you already, that authentic self, if you're allowing yourself to recognize the spirit version of you, and you see life, you see your human self, you see your human life, you see the universe, and you feel yourself be this purple monster version of you, that's where all your power is at. So see yourself as this version of you, because that is the real version of you anyway. Okay. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and click on the thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe. And click on the notification bell so you know when the next video comes out, okay? All right, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.